How's it going, everyone? Justin again, as always. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to go on a little bit of a walk around. So I decided not to keep the brand new Craftsman socket set that I just bought last night. I know it's unfortunate, but I had to keep telling myself, bro, it is a want, not a need. You do not need more sockets and ratchets right now. So I went back down to Lowe's, I returned it, got my money back, and I thought, you know what? With this weekend's Sell-A-Thon, this massive red tag event that Craftsman's got going on, not only over at Lowe's, but at Sears, I thought, why don't we do a walk around and see what kind of goodies we can find on sale for the Sell-A-Thon Monday. Get your butt cheeks down to Lowe's and Sears today. See what's on sale, see what's hot, see what's not. With that being said, let's roll right on into it and see what they got. Alright, so kicking it off with that chrome ratchet and chrome socket sets. If you just wanted to get the little individual sets and you didn't want a full kit for 150 bucks, you could pick your flavor, 1/4 inch, 3/8 or 1/2 inch. They had them on these little sale racks. So you could take them home, try them out, and then let me know what you think about them without spending a full 150 bucks. They also had tape measures for 8 bucks, not the screwdrivers. Somebody just misplaced and put those there. They did have some cordless 20 volt impact. I don't know very much about those, but for 120 bucks, I'm saying that's a pretty competitive price for the most part. And they had some of these working totes where you can actually put your tools in them, fold it out, wheel it out, take it with you on the go. They had individual contractor sets. They had smaller kits, bigger kits. They had mid-size kits. It all really depends on what it is that you're looking for. Did you want the drill, the hex driver, the impact driver, the sawzall, the skill saw, the flashlight, the vacuum? How many chargers, how many batteries? Like, they had all different types of kits. So they really kind of let you pick your own flavor, if you know what I mean. And then of course you could just buy the individual tool with a battery and charger itself. So I thought that was actually kind of neat and handy. Here's some of the bigger sets like I was talking about previously. Here's a 20 volt set, and it's 400 bucks, but it comes with a lot. Look, jigsaw, 90-degree drill, I mean all kinds of stuff. Sawzall, yeah man. So that could be a pretty nice little contractor kit to have for sure if you're in the market for looking for one. If you don't want to pick it up during Memorial Day sales event, Sell-A-Thon, you could probably come back around Father's Day here in a couple of weeks, and I'm sure some of these price tags might be even slashed further. But they got a lot of good yellow tag sales events going on right now at Lowe's. Here in a little bit, we'll go over to Sears. We'll see what their red tag event sales are like. But for now, let's stick with Lowe's. Let's see what else they got. Look at compact little pancake compressor with a couple of brad nailers for a good deal. There's the skill saw. This work light looked really good. I don't know, I haven't used it. Here's a shop vac, kind of reminds me of the one Milwaukee just came out with, 100 bucks. So if you're looking for something small and portable to just kind of travel around with, might not be a half bad idea to think about the Craftsman one. They also have a lot of really nice totes that you can put stuff in. So if you want to organize pictures, picture frames, maybe put some old memorabilia in there from like your high school days or whatever that you don't want rodents to get into, or you just need some little random organizers like this, forget what they call it, something latch, V-latch or something like that. Pretty nice. Took me a second to figure out where the latching mechanism was, but I was looking, I was like, man, it's a pretty nice little area to store like nuts, bolts, fasteners, maybe electrical twists and things like that. Look at this cute little tiny 1/4 inch set they had. I think that was like 20 bucks or something like that. Yeah, 25 bucks. I was like, man, that's so cool. We'll just toss it in your glove box. Now you got your own personal battery disassembly kit in your glove box when they go. Hey, look, they even got tools for kids, and not just boys. They make them for girls too. My daughter's excited about it for sure, but she's not getting that today. I ended up taking her to a separate store, and she got her own toy haul. So I thought that was pretty interesting. She got a lot of stuff today, that's for sure. So I wanted to see more about this Cobalt toolbox that the Bear or the Den of Tools picked up recently. It was a Cobalt and in this green and black. I wanted to see it in person, so it gave me another reason to want to go back to Lowe's and take a look. Yeah, man, you know, it looks pretty rugged. Couple of USB ports, has some, 110 plugins. I don't really care for the matting, the drawer liners. I'd probably change those out if I was him, or maybe like upgrade those. Nice little on-off switch or circuit breaker built into it right there. The drawer gliding and closing seemed pretty nice. The keys, that kind of threw me off. I'm like, man, that would trip me out. I would get that confused with my house key. Not really sure why Cobalt went that direction. But I don't expect that we'll see very much Cobalt here in the near future anyways, but it is a pretty nice box, I'll give you that. I'm just kind of curious to see if it holds up during his rugged trails up towards Montana. Alright, looking at the Craftsman big dogs that they have here. They had some Pro Series and they had some Home Series toolboxes. Still, I think they can go a little bit deeper with the drawers. I think they can create a little bit more height too. I think for what it is that you're paying for, there are much better options out there. Okay, this is just my opinion. Let's agree to disagree. I know there's going to be some diehard Craftsman fans out there. You know, I love me some Craftsman, I really do. But there are certain things that I won't buy from them anymore, and a toolbox just happens to be one of those items that I just will not buy from them anymore. Also looking at some of their lights, so looking at different work area lights, magnetic lights. They had a whole bunch of different lights and assortments. So maybe you're looking for something for Father's Day, something that he can toss in his glove box, maybe a little compact radio to take on the trail if he's a hiker. I don't know, just a little something here just to kind of give you guys some ideas. They did have some headlamps and things like that for pretty good deals. Pocket flashlights, little communication devices between you and your hiking partner if that's what you decide to do. Really killer deals on those. Here are those chrome wrenches that we saw in the kit. They actually had them separate from the kit. So if you just wanted the wrenches that we were reviewing last night, you could buy them in this set right here. You can get the SAE or the metric. I believe it covers 10 to 19. I don't believe it skips any sizes. I can't recall what it covers. I believe 3/8 to maybe 3/4 or something like that. You'd have to take a look yourself, but I think for 32 bucks, I don't see how you could really go wrong. I would probably buy those over the Cobalt sets. Okay, so my option last night would have been a 224-piece chrome socket set for 150 bucks, or to get that kit that was the gunmetal chrome for 150 bucks. And honestly, I think the quality of the gunmetal chrome was far superior to the quality of the regular chrome. But at any rate, I just don't need more sockets, guys. I've got so many sockets and ratchets right now. I just, after thinking about it, I really just had to take it back. Anyways, the totes. The totes, we had these in Iraq. This basically had our entire livelihood in it. We put all of our clothes, the DVDs, all that stuff that we had, our military gear, things like that. Everything had to pretty much fit in that tote and on our back. That was it. Looking at some of their cordless options, at least they had some on display so you can actually see the orbitable sander, the flashlight, the hex driver, the drill, the skill saw, things like that. I thought it was really nice. Slow it down for the children. For the children. I thought about getting one of these, but with winds being at 30 to 40 mile an hour up here, there's no way that thing would have survived. But it's cool to have one of those in front of your house. Alright, I was looking at this workbench, wood saw, chop saw, table saw, whatever you guys want to call it. I was looking at it and I was like, man, that's actually pretty nice. You know, for Craftsman, I'm looking at the quality, I'm checking it out. I like the rotating feature that it has to make different angled cuts. I think if I was, you know, to hang joists or anything like that up, like on my patio project I'm trying to do, it might make for a pretty good option so I'm not always having to use a speed square and a protractor. I wouldn't go with the cordless grinding option. I've discussed that in a past video and my reasons why. But I might go with this corded route. So Craftsman corded, 110, 30 bucks. I mean, say what you will, say it looks cheap, whatever. I think for 30 bucks, I would give it a shot. Same thing with their little sander. I'm like, dude, that's perfect, man. What are you really going to use it for? How often are you going to use it? Something like that that's just quick, down and dirty, that you can get a little hobby project going on. All right, so I did look at one Cobalt chest outside of the big dog that the Den of Tools got. This thing actually came with sockets, Torx bits, bit drivers, some wrenches. It was just kind of nice, but the whole cart itself was real janky. I mean, it shook like you wouldn't believe when I touched it. Mechanic gloves are always a good go-to for dad. If you're looking for a dad gift that you can afford for under 25 bucks, get some mechanics gloves. Cordless weed whacker, not sure. Gonna say no, I'd probably go gas, man. I'm just saying. There are some things I would go gas over cordless. Okay, but their pressure washer looked pretty good, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but for 250 bucks, that's on my wish list, man. That's something that I'm putting on the wish list. All right, now let's head over to Sears and see what the red tag sales event looks like for Memorial Day. All right, so we got some. We're starting off small. Let's just look at some socket organizers here. They had some with the magnetic strip. They had some that had non-magnetic strip. Now you could put RTV on your own magnets and attach them to the bottom. You can run screws through a piece of wood and attach it to a plank board and put it in a drawer like this. Then stow it away. Then you don't have to worry about those racks falling all over the place. Just a couple of ideas for you. You open it up, you can put your bottom chemicals in there. They have a little tiny cabinet that you could put even above, so if you wanted to hang it on the or wall mount it, you could put your chemicals in there so the kids can't get into it, such as like poisons or toxins for insects and things like that. You can get them up out of the way of the children. Looking at this big toolbox for $8.79, I was like, okay, it's a little bit narrow for me, but I like the width. Okay, it seemed like it was pretty long, like the work surface and everything. It just seemed a bit narrow, like not so deep. I think they're still at about 18.5 to 19 inches. They have to change that. For me to like that, they're gonna have to change that, and they're gonna have to increase the quality of metal that they're making their toolboxes out of. I do like the power bank kind of, you know, accessory drawer option that they've included in there. Thought that was a nice touch. Impact sockets, 150 bucks, 48 pieces. Looks like it covers a lot of different sizes, both SAE and metric. I was looking at this and I was like, yeah, you know what? This is a phenomenal set. If I didn't already have a full set of impact sockets, half-inch, that weren't already Craftsman's, I would buy them. But as it is, I think I've only got a couple that I need to warranty out. I've been lazy and keep forgetting. Their newer ratchets are far better than the ones they had within the recent years, and then even before that, it's almost like they're taking it back to the old school approach with the snap ring holding it in, with the metal selector switch, very fine tooth ratchet. We're gonna hear the teeth here in a second. Listen to this. Listen to the teeth on this. That's a pretty fine tooth ratchet, gentlemen, and they got the metal selector switch in both 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. I'm saying 2 thumbs up to the increased quality of the ratchet. All right, looking at the wrench set. Now it's a good wrench set, okay? It's fairly good for the price that you're paying. There are better options. They have the Craftsman Pro Series, which is far better than this Home Series chromed out set that you see before you. They're also going to trick you into thinking you're getting more wrenches than you really are, because they give you these cheap little jinky, they call them ignition wrenches. They're so small you can barely tell what kind of metal they're made out of. It's ridiculous. Something like this would be better, okay? They sell different sets, 30 bucks a piece. Then for the ignition wrenches, and I don't know if they do them anymore, but I actually took all my smaller ignition wrenches and traded them all for regular wrenches, even though they were really small, even though they had to order some of them, and they did change them out for me. All right, but at least they got some individual crow's feet, so if you run into a situation you need a crow's foot and you don't want to buy a whole set, you can buy them individually. And you can buy some oddball wrenches like this one that I picked up today. 9/16 on one end, 5/8 on the other. Kind of gives me a different angle. I'm thinking, you know, Dodge Ram T-case. You know, those hard to get to nuts on the T-case. I'm like, yeah, let me pick that one up. All right, but they also have some stubby individual wrenches that you can pick up, and I think they're even shorter and stubbier than the snap-on ones that I have at work. I'm just throwing that out there. I'd have to do a comparison. I didn't pick any up today, but hey, they got them in a bunch of different sizes, and I think it's a nice little set. I wish I would have seen an actual full set on the shelf, but I didn't. They're big dog wrenches. This one's 1.5 inches, I think it is. This thing is heavy duty, man. Loving that chrome polish, okay? I've got some bigger oversized wrenches. I'm starting to consider possibly adding a couple of other big ones. I just forgot what sizes I needed while I was down here. I was trying to debate between 1 1/4 and 1.5 inches. They had some big sized hex driver bits I was looking at, but those were SAE. I was looking for a metric set. They didn't have it. So kind of have to go back and look and see if they have the metric ones for when you work on like Audi transmission pans and gaskets and things like that. They got the drain plug that's an oversized hex like that. All right, the push pin pull plier interior clip remover set, 40 bucks, 3-piece set. I think it's a phenomenal deal. Okay, I paid $40 for one of these 30-degree style ones from Matco. I paid $10 for the same exact one because I lost the Matco ones. I paid $10 for the replacement from Harbor Freight. And so if you figure $10 a piece from Harbor Freight, that would be 30 bucks. I paid 40 for the one. So yeah, it's a fair deal. I like that. It The scan tools, you know, Innova makes the scan tools for Craftsman. I know this because I worked at Sears Auto Center for 2 years, and that's how we started. And it was the exact same features and benefits and functions of the Craftsman versus the Innova. We actually did a side-by-side comparison. It's the exact same thing. Innova makes them for them. The screwdriver, the impact screwdriver, this thing, whoa, right out the gate, heavy duty, man. This thing felt solid as a rock. I think you could beat this thing for years and it would keep working for you. 20 bucks. Pry bars. So this was a nice pry bar set, 20 bucks. Okay, it's usually, now this doesn't have the striking caps on it, but it's $5 cheaper than the strike cap set. Now here's a strike cap long bars, then they have the actual strike cap set for 40 bucks. Now this one was not red tag today, but if you catch it around Black Friday, Christmas, and sometimes Father's Day, they bump that down to 25 bucks, so keep on the lookout. Indexing pry bars are nice. Having a puller is nice, but I think this is too expensive for a puller. 50 bucks, too expensive. I was surprised to see the Dominator here. These are made by Mayhew. I was surprised to see Mayhew striking pry bars here at Sears. I could have used this space heater in the wintertime when it was colder. I was like, okay, I have to remember this. Let me video shot this because I could have used one of those for sure. It gets cold in this garage, especially at night in the desert. These flashlights are amazing. They're on every single tool truck, made by Easy Red, rebranded, you know, whatever, made by Craftsman. Look, they're about the same price either way. About 7 bucks in the store, about 10 bucks on the truck. That's right around the same price, but they got them in tons of different colors. But it's a phenomenal flashlight. Takes 2 AA batteries, I think. All right, we're talking about those breaker bars again. So what a phenomenal deal. I think, would that say 30 bucks for a 3-piece set? Why not? You're gonna use them. They're gonna run into situations where you need them. These flush cuts, okay, for hoses, radiator hoses, heater hoses, vacuum lines. I mean, you name it, you need a flush cut, you want it to be dead even. These things are phenomenal. I have a Blue Point set that I overpaid on, $17.99. Go down there and at the very least buy those. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that walk around with me. Look, those are the hot deals that are going on right now for the Memorial Day sales event. We got the yellow tag event going on over at Lowe's. We got the red tag event going on over at Sears. If there's a Sears near you, you need to go down there and check them out. Don't feel disheartened if you don't have a Sears around you. I've got a very special treat for you guys during one of our next live streams so that way you can get a taste of all that is glory of Craftsman. I got you guys a little something. I'll be sharing that later on. Thanks as always for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you liked the video. Hit the thumbs down if you didn't like the video. Comment down below. What are some of your favorite Craftsman tools? What are you going to go down there and buy this weekend? Let me know. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers and deuces.